YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Happy Tuesday. It's great to have you guys back. If this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button below. I would greatly appreciate it. Today I'm making a video on how to manage money when you're in your 20s. So this video is more geared towards people that just got out of college. They have their first full-time job, but really it could be anyone in your 20s and 30s as well. But I really wanted to focus and narrow down on, younger age groups of people, such as those that just got out of college. So I want to dive into this. I want to get to my first point. All these 5 points are still points that I followed to this day myself. Things I learned along the way and things I'm going to share in this video with you, and hopefully they can help you out. So first point, create a budget. I've said this in so many of my videos. It's so important. It's so important to know your fixed expenses every month. And those expenses are fixed. They stay fixed. You know they're coming in every month. You deduct them from whatever your monthly income is, and you know them. So know your budget, know your expenses, know what you're spending on monthly. Don't sweat over things where if you go over a budget, you always want to pay yourself first. You want to put money to the side, save in an emergency fund, save money wherever you're putting it, whether that's stocks, real estate, whatever you do, and then put money into retirement. So more on that later, but create a budget, know your expenses, and just know where your money's going. I talk to so many people and they say, Will, I literally have no idea where my money's going. I look at my credit card, I pay it off. This month it was $4,000, last month it was $2,000. What happened? What did I spend money on? Know what you're spending money on and know what's coming in every month. So my second point, and this kind of ties into the first one, is balance your accounts every month. So look at your accounts. Look at your emergency fund, look at your retirement account, look at your brokerage account where you have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, all of that. Look at that every month and see if you can move money around or where you want to put more money towards. So, I had a terrible habit of constantly checking my accounts every day for the longest time. And I said, you know what? I'm done with this. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to balance my accounts. When I get paid from my job, I'm going to balance my accounts and transfer the money where it needs to go. So I think a really healthy number would be 1 to 2 times a month, personally. If you want to do it more, fine. If you want to do it less, whatever works for you. But look at your account values a couple times a month, rebalance them, look at where you're allocating money, and go from there. So my third point, and I think this is one of the best points really, is set goals for yourself, okay? So, if you're saving money every month, right, you have an emergency fund, I have an emergency fund, and it's for things that could happen that I'm not prepared for, such as losing a job, a medical expense, right? That's what you want that emergency fund for. It's for emergencies, okay? Now, beyond that, you have to ask yourself, what are you really saving for? Are you saving for a house? Are you saving for a boat? Are you saving for a car? Are you saving for your children's education, college fund down the road, right? You want to write these things down and figure out what you're actually saving money for, okay? So, and it could be anything. All of us are different. All of us are going to spend money differently in our lives, and that's totally okay. But always remember to write your goals down and really understand what is it you're actually saving for. Aside from retirement, aside from your emergency fund, is things down the road that might come up that you would like to spend money on, okay? So set goals for yourself, write them down, revisit them as much as you want, but it's very important to write goals down. So that goes into my fourth point, and start putting money into retirement, okay? So I got my first job out of college. They had a 401k plan. I immediately started contributing. They matched, I think it was up to 6%. Some companies are gonna vary, depending on what company you work for. Maybe they match, maybe they don't match. Maybe they have certain type of retirement account. Maybe they have a Roth 401k. So many different types of retirement accounts out there, but know if your company offers them, what they match, and how you can immediately start getting money into that account, right? Because a lot of companies out there, they're matching your contributions to your 401k. I mean, that's free money on the table, right? It's obviously tax dollars, but it's free money on the table that, to me, sounds pretty awesome. We can go more into that, and, there's disagreements, and, I've heard many people say many different things about contributing to 401k with a company, but in my opinion, I do believe it's good to start contributing as soon as you can, and over the years, you're going to really see the power of compound interest. I've been contributing to mine. I'm with my second company out of school, but I really can see the power of compound interest and growth in the market over those almost 5 years now since I started contributing. So start putting money in your retirement account, learn about it, ask questions about it, get information about it, and move on from there. And my fifth point, and I kind of reiterated this in my video previously, is start an emergency fund. Now, emergency fund is just money that's cash, right? You want to put that either in a savings account that's earning interest, money market fund. Some people do that as well. But you want to have that cash. You want to have that readily available. So to me, I think it's best to put it in a checking account or just a general savings account that you're earning interest. I personally use Barclays savings account, online savings account. And that's kind of what works for me. There's many different options, many different banks out there, but have cash ready in case an emergency happens, right? Keyword is emergency, okay? So think of emergency. That's what you're going to use that money for, right? It's a safety net. It feels really good knowing that if anything were to happen, you lose your job, there's a medical expense, there's a family emergency that you have to pay for something, it's covered, the money's there. So those are my 5 points. I'm going to drop them in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thanks.